Once upon a time, in 2020, there was a not-so-little girl, too old for Santa's lap, too young for deep-seated cynicism, say 13ish, in search of her Christmas spirit. She would ask anyone she could find, "Are we only in it for the presents?" Or, "If it's about Jesus, why don't we celebrate on his actual birthday?" Or, "What do turkeys have to do with it all?" Or stockings. And does that type of tree even grow in Israel? But none of her family could answer her probing questions, at least to her satisfaction, and Google kept redirecting her to Amazon, so she did the unthinkable. She went to a public library. She found herself a little corner with a sofa and went around finding as many books about the holidays as she could carry. Then she started her research, burying her nose deeper and deeper in her books for hours, until suddenly the sound of bells jingling distracted her. She looked up, confused. She couldn't see anything, though, and the noise had stopped too.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm and all is bright. Round young virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glorious stream from heaven affair, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glorious stream from heaven affair, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, all is calm and all is bright, and round young virgin mother and child, and holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly
Curious, she got up and went looking for the source of the sound. As it goes, there was a door she hadn't noticed before. This was even more curious. While she didn't have the best spatial awareness, it just made no sense to her why, or more pressingly, how the building would extend that way. So she carefully turned the knob, peered through, tripped and stood in a cobblestone alleyway. The door fell shut behind her and crumbled into a pile of snow along with the rest of the library. Leaving her no time to process this, the next shock came as a dark green shimmering shine blew past her and down the road, leaving her shivering. Only then did she realize it was snowing, and, of course, she had left her coat inside something that had disappeared, apparently, to another dimension or so. Behind her, a worrying woman's voice came closer quickly, saying, "Oh no, Josephine, look at that poor girl. She must be freezing." Our human icicle turned around and saw this heavily pregnant girl who could not have been much older than herself. The soon-to-be mother motherlily produced out of a big bag an even bigger seeming Afghan and wrapped the quivering mount of goosebumps up in it. They hugged, then quickly parted, as both parties needed to get on with their quests. The couple went to knock on doors. Faintly in the distance they could be heard asking for accommodation for the night. The girl arranged the huge blanket around herself in a way that could allow her to keep marching through the darkness in search of the odd green light. For a moment she thought she had found what she had been chasing, running into not much more than a gap between brownstones, but upon closer inspection it wasn't nearly glowy enough, and certainly too furry and miserable. This close look, however, could easily have cost her a foot, as she turned back to the road and was almost trampled by a majestic horse carrying an apologetic archer. They rode off, revealing another glimpse of the distant shrine to the girl, who decided this time to run right after it. And she'd have run into it too, had she not run through it. Or rather him, as he turned out to mostly be a bear-sized face with a large green top hat. "Well, of course, a ghost. What else?" she commented, having accepted the weirdness of it all. "Not just any ghost," replied the ghost. "The ghost of Christmas past." "Naturally." "Yes. Well, we hear that you seem to have lost your Christmas spirit, so we figured, here I am. You know, 'cause I'm a spirit?" "Yes, very funny." He surrendered to her severity. "All right, I see. This seems to be a serious case we have here. Tell me then, what is it you need from Christmas? What are you missing?"
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoes help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. Simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92.
So, said the ghost of Christmas past, it's the warmth, the togetherness you can't have right now? But the girl shook her head. Yeah, that's what I thought at first too, but that mystical, magical, picture-perfect idea of everything's alright because it's Christmas, I feel like that doesn't exist. Especially in times where people value feelings over facts and, worse yet, will always find someone to back them up. I don't know. I feel like that specific dream holiday, it's just so much pressure. It's too normal. And I mean, who even is that normal? Maybe we're doing it wrong. Putting a year's worth of how much do we love each other into just a few dozen hours. Now Hanukkah, 8 days. I'm not going to pretend I don't like the tree and I guess more presents and the whole Advent thing, but stretching the actual event over more than a week seems like a good idea. Or I mean, I know Ramadan has nothing to do with this time of year or this occasion, but actually with daylight savings, not eating while the sun is out would be totally doable. And then breaking fast together just seems really nice. Plus, it literally says in the Quran that you're meant to be charitable, so maybe that's just more sensible. Okay, maybe sensible isn't what we need from a holiday, but Diwali's way cool as well. Similar timing, and you get to paint flowers, be artistic. How beautiful that a holiday would require art. Or I have no idea what Kwanzaa really is, but something specifically created as an alternative to dominant society's holidays, that could be cool, right? I just don't know if Christmas really works for me anymore. It just doesn't seem very compatible, I think. Maybe... She looked at him desperately, searching for a solution, but the spirit was overwhelmed. Defeated, he sank toward the ground, slowly dissipating. The girl panicked a little, apologizing to what was more and more just fog. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I just wonder, is there enough compassion for that kind of harmonious perfection? But the ghost, this ghost, was gone. Guiltily, the ghosted girl wandered on through this weird world, wondering how she would get home and what would expect her there. Of course, the holidays were going to be different for everyone this year. And different certainly didn't need to be bad, clearly, as most things she found wrong about the festivities had been so for a while. Deep in thought, she had another narrow escape from harm's way, as something was plucked out of the air right in front of her. One of many signs some guy was just throwing around in front of a house up ahead was now in the hands of the transparently iridescent apparition who had just about saved her from some gnarly facial paper cuts. Why, hello there, you must be the bundle of glee that depressed Keith. Well, this time, that is. They'd startled the girl a little. Keith? Oh, the ghost? Wait, is he okay? She was still worried. Yes, don't worry, dear. He's just crying it out. He'll be fine. He'll get over it in no time. Real goldfish memory, you know. Isn't that a myth? Mused the inquisitory child. Playing off a puzzled expression on the spectre's face, she continued. That whole goldfish forget every 10 seconds thing. I read that that's a wild exaggeration. Sorry. You are? Recognition returned to the being's mimics. Oh, apologies. I am the ghost of Christmas present. They, them. Pleased to meet you. They extended a hand which couldn't be shaken toward the girl that very much had been. There's a ghost just for Christmas presents? So you're like Santa? Santa's real? No, Angel. Christmas present. No S. Well, the one S. As in current. Plus I've put in for a change to holidays. I mean, just because we're ghosts doesn't mean we can't be up to date with things, right? The slightly disappointed agreed silently, so the spirit continued. So, I hear you're blue about what's meant to be the white season, were it not for that pesky climate change issue. The girl looked down at the brown sludge that was becoming of the snow. It inspired her to respond, The snow I'd love to stay, but in general, something not being white doesn't have to be bad. Jesus wasn't. To be fair, of course, he's not whom we worship at Christmas, though, is he? It's a big white guy who used to be sweet enough in his blue little outfit until he was stuck in a red coat by a sickly company that happily steals water in draughts, and it's just so ridiculous that we are so gleefully accepting that. The whole thing has been so geared toward what globally is a minority, but keeps getting sold as the average. To have a movie-style holiday, you need to be fairly affluent, as light as possible, at least vaguely Christian, and not mind all that comes with stocking stuffers. I mean, the most seen I feel by characters in Christmas stories is when they're Muppets. You said it yourself. Where's the progress? In the world in general, but particularly with this concept we call Christmas. I guess all I want for Christmas is an all-inclusive holiday. The spirit couldn't quite hide a grin. There was a sparkle in their eye as they walked toward another door. Love the energy, the anger, young one, but you'll have to pair it with just a little patience, because things are happening, you know. They opened the door.
I know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch me in the pouring rain. And the moment you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm with your love, then you softly leave. But it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? Your love, how deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down. to my very soul. You're the light in my darkest, deepest hour, yeah. You're my savior when I fall. And you may not think that I care for you. You should know down inside I really do. But it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? Your love, how deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all could let us be. We belong to you and me. Is your love, how deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. I really mean to learn, to learn.
The topical holiday ghost closed the door back up and basked in the girls' apparent awe of the dance. So, they broke the silence. Okay, that was wonderful. The spirit sensed apprehension still, though, so they inquired further. Don't tell me there's still a but. Being accused of being high maintenance caused the barely teenaged face to blush, so its owner offered. How about however? Because one novel act of representation doth inclusion not make. We shouldn't be this excited about the colour of a ballerina's skin, just her excellence. But it should be normal. I'd like just once... But the ghost cut her off. Wait. Sounds like you're about to launch into wishing, and that's not my area. I'll be off. Future ghost will be here soon, I'm sure, so you and her can do the planning. Bye. Happy holidays. Stunned, the girl only waved at the fading lights until she was alone again, mere milliseconds later. Was she too wanting? Should she simply settle for what was? These thoughts depressed her again. Just a little, but enough that not even the red light dancing past her could pique her interest, though that turned out to be only a lone reindeer anyway. She slinked down the road, feeling bad for longing for goodness. Jingling bells and laughing children could not distract her or get her out of a recurred funk, so it was probably best our final ghost appeared with a pretty loud poof and in a cloud of smoke, causing our girl holiday to cough. The spirit was wrapped up in a massive to-do list. It briefly glanced over and apologized. Sorry, I simply do not have the time for subtle magic. I've got problems to solve, wishes to fulfill, or, in some cases, deny. She produced a large red stamp and marked off an item on her stationary scarf with it. In fact, I'm guessing that's why I'm here. Go on, give me more for my list. I'm just about to get bored. With this, the girl felt very insignificant. She stammered apologetically, but that only seemed to make the ghostess more impatient. No, tell me. What is it you want? A bike from Santa? Your parents back together? People really need to understand that breakups aren't the end of the world, and actually, they tend to leave at least one party better off. Big eyes looked up at her. So, what is it? The girl swallowed her nerves. Well, the first ghost wanted to know why I'd lost my holiday spirit. Let me guess, Keith made that dumb joke. Yeah, and then he cried, apparently, said the next ghost. I guess because I want too much from the holidays? Then they said, so the second one, that wishes weren't their thing or something, and here we are. She was trying to calm down the presents. She'd clearly gone about it the wrong way. Oh, of course they did. AR and fucking Holly go lightly. Sorry. They wind me up. Go flitting about and leave me with the actual work. Tentatively, the girl went on. They told me to tell you my perfect Christmas, and then you do something about it? I don't know. The spectre started steaming more and more, but she wasn't going away. In fact, her fury was making her bigger. In a deeper, more bellowing voice, with the occasional spark bouncing off her, she commanded, "Here, now," and snapped her fingers. The night's other two guides reappeared, Keith with chocolates and a big box of tissues, the second one playing a game on what appeared to be a ghost phone. "Look at this." She unravelled her list and pointed out a few items. "Tyler wants a guinea pig. Peggy wants a pit bull. You take these kids on a fun little walk because they're discontent with Christmas and then dump them on me to add their wishes to all the others I'm handling already. I cannot stress this enough. I am not an old white man who sits waiting for minors to sit on him. Do your jobs. Vet the children. Only send me the ones that want to change the world, not just the contents of their toy boxes. Do you hear me?" Keith began to cry again, sobbing, loud and clear, but the spirit of the now dead reply. "All right, fair enough, we've been slacking. But listen to her. This one's the real deal, and I promise she'll set the bar for the ones I'll let through from now on. Same goes for Keith. Right, Keith?" Keith sniffled. "Right. Yes, she's good." Three floating beings turned to look expectantly at the girl who was feeling spectacularly little right about then. A stern voice added, "Go on then, but don't tell us what you want this year. Describe your perfect holiday season in, say, a decade." The guest of honor took a deep breath and went ahead. "Well, everyone won't be completely happy, of course, but I would like Advent to be a time to calm down rather than frantically buy presents. I mean, we can do that beforehand and go for quality over quantity. I want people to not have to fear the big things. Climate crisis, war, dictatorships, slavery, fascism, racism, homophobia, sexism, anti-Semitism, your basic world peace, I suppose. World compassion. I want snow. I want everyone who wants it to have someone to hug or kiss on New Year's Eve. I want a big dog and a small cat, or the other way around. I want people to be accepted for who they are, be the people they love, and especially by themselves. I want to sit by a fireplace in a home I don't have to worry about, after a beautiful meal, listening to Frank Sinatra with the people or person closest to me, knowing I have that absolutely perfect present for my wife.
Can I do this or should I do that without ever having to feel bad? Cause every single time I'm trying to hide,
I feel like,
should I really be that type of guy?
I don't care.
What you've been doing on a Saturday night,
I don't care.
The way you wanna feed your appetite,
I don't care.
To be into Coca-Cola with Sprite,
I just don't care.
how you spend your time.
Just move your body.
I'm not sure if I can pull this off, cause everything I do, it's never enough. Can I release what I keep inside? Will I ever be that type of guy?
It's okay.
What you been doing on a Saturday night,
It's okay.
the way you wanna feed your appetite,
It's okay.
to be into Coca-Cola with Sprite, till I can both, baby, that's alright. I just want to let you know that you're not alone, not on your own, no.
Just move your body.
I just want to let you know that you're not alone, not on your own, no. Hey, listen up, sweetheart. I know what you're going through. Now stop. Feel the beat. Feel the beat. Just move your body. Just feel your body. Just feel your body. Just feel your body. Just move your body. Todo canto que eu olho só dá você. Você é meu lindo sonho, como inverno e o sol. O teu perfume no ar, não consigo controlar. No fundo do coração você me dá tesão. O meu corpo te entende, ele quer só você. A minha língua já sabia, tua pele me complica. Me beija na boca, essa é a nossa sina.
3 ghosts, 1 girl, and a dream-filled silence. The one of holidays yet to come let go of her list and let it drag behind her as she floated over to hug the child. Now, being hugged by a ghost isn't like your average embrace. The sweetest of hearts was filled with warmth and love. "I want that too," whispered the spirit, melting back down to her original size. "But I cannot do it alone. We need people like you to get more people to want that instead of the iPhone 47X, which I hear is to come out in December 2030. See, with this list comes bureaucracy. I have to put in reasons to deny all of those pointless wishes. Plus, it's chronological, so the only hope really is for people to stop wishing for, frankly, shit. Spread your spirit, sweet girl. It's what we need." Crying Keith nodded his head. "So it's not enough for me to just wish it and eventually you'll get around to it and it'll just change everything?" Now the formerly angry spirit actually laughed, shaking her head. If only it were that easy. "But your wish would contradict too many others. We need you to not be among the only ones." The most trimmering of the ghosts once again grinned. The girl had hung her head, but they lifted it back up, saying, "It's a lot, we know. But occasionally, hope does win. Now, it can only win, of course, when it's in the race. So you'll need to keep it in the race, okay? Fight for hope on your side and we'll work hard on ours. Deal?" She offered her hand to shake on it and everyone joined in. With the touch of all 3 spectres, a blinding light came over them all and the sound of bells engulfed everything.
Yes, they robbed by and sold out to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my head was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. So won't you help to sing this song of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have is redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. I have no fear for the atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. And how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand outside and look? And some say it's just a part of it. You got to fulfill the book. So won't you help to sing this song of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, is redemption song, is redemption song, is redemption song, yeah. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. I have no fear for the atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. And
How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand outside and look? 'Cause some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. So won't you help to sing the song of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have is redemption song. His 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 redemption song.
She staggered backwards from a sonic boom, finally finding something to hold on to, a sofa. She sat down. As her eyesight returned, she found herself back in the library. Her journey was done. Her spirits lifted. She vowed to do the ghosts proud. Giving up hope is the easy way. She knew this now. Of course, it also helped feeling like she was hoping for the right things. Taking back the books, she saw so clearly that her vision, what could be, was so much better than any of those stories. That must count for something, right? So what if there was still a fight ahead? It would be worth it. She returned to the couch one last time to fetch her stuff and coat. Looking down, she realized she'd almost forgotten something. Slipped down the back, hidden behind her bag, was her new, old Afghan.
White candles and red flowers. Intimate and timid lights bring a cozy time. La cena no empieza hasta que la mesa está puesta. Cada miembro se sienta y la matriarca dice ya está puesta la escena. Recuerdo que el tiempo se detiene and the white candles burned out. It's like 3 nights have passed, but it's only 11:30 and there is plenty for us to laugh. There is a sense of safety. We don't need to worry about a thing. And now I worry about a thing. Across the ocean in a different time zone, I wonder how La Matriarca has set the dining table. I wonder how the cozy time becomes more intimate. Across the ocean, I have found new members to put in my heart. Es la familia que escogemos, y sabiendo que no hay vuelta atrás, we set the table for the endless night.
Where is the warmth of home? Where are those loved ones? Where is the union and love? 9,256 kilometers. That's how far away my family is. There is love, welcome. There is a family hug, a kiss, and good advice. But what is this holiday? Do we really need to be present to celebrate? Do we really need it?
When I think about this season, I think about my family. How all members of my big family get hyped up about the festivity as early as September. I know, how strange, right? How unheard of. Well, that's the Filipino tradition, and that's what I am. Now, as I think about my 12th Christmas away from home, homesickness has never been stronger. I thought I would get used to it by now, but Christmas time is always the biggest reminder of how much I miss home. Hence, I find refuge through my passion, seek comfort through nature, find the laughter, love, and company with my friends that are now considered family. So if you do see me all giddy this season, don't mind me, I'm just back at home.
Christmas in the Philippines, this is awesome.
Mother, father, and sibling got me on cards scribbling reasons to collect, to love and be affectionate. The celebrations, decays, decorating now sideways, presenting to the world fairy lights sponged and curled, cherishing of what was, echoing with applause programmed to desire. Consumed to be a buyer, even grander wishes, stacked in towers are the dishes, splitting with new constellations, patched together new foundations, making this day so exhausting, little pastries with their frostings. What once was, now is many, leaving us with no penny, but the joy will reassemble, with no fear or a tremble, making new tradition, making it a super mission. I am you, and you are me. We are now family. Let us all engineer this holiday super queer.
Yes, we need it. As a person, I need to remember those I love and those who love me. We need to remember the value of union, the value of family. And where is that family? Not only is in my country, it is not only my blood family, it's also those friends, those people that compliment you on your path of growth. They are my family, that's my union. Those are my loved ones, and sharing these holidays with them is what makes me celebrate and live.